episodes are you in?
It's perfect.
Oh, maybe like 4.
Okay, so has fake Jason gone and talked to McPoyle from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, his old partner,
Yes.
and then he takes him
Into the
box?
Into the box, yeah.
And then the place he takes him to, that's Gay Obama Utopia. He takes him to Gay Obama Utopia.
I feel like they only very briefly showed it.
Because he just kind of leaves him there, and then he goes back into the box.
Yeah.
You go back there later.
Okay. Got
it's gay. It's hilarious.
Okay.
It's like the exact, it's the 2015, nothing bad could ever happen. No, there's no such thing as Trump. It's very much one of those, Gay Obama Utopia.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Jon Stringer just got on stage if you want to try to call him on Facebook. You want to
just got on stage? Are we
off stage?
Off stage.
He says he's free and available right now.
We're going to maybe have a special guest call in today.
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's the God Awful Gospel Hour. Sorry we didn't release an episode. It's Josh and Chris's fault. It's not my fault.
Couldn't record without Chris. It didn't feel good.
I could have released an old unreleased episode. I probably should have done that.
In the Gay Obama universe, it did happen, though.
Yeah, it did.
We recorded.
In the Gay Obama universe, our Patreon,
it's fucking
hitting. All of us have quit our jobs in the Gay Obama Utopia.
We can't wait.
Yeah.
That's a reference to the show Dark Matter, by the way. If anybody has watched the show Dark Matter, then you know what the Gay Obama Utopia is. If you watch the entire show.
Is the episode called the Gay Obama Utopia? That would be amazing.
That might be the name of this episode.
It's called
the Gay Obama Utopia.
Oh man, did we? That's great to get it just so naturally right off the bat that. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah. I need the password for Facebook for Wide Open.
I don't know what that is.
I've logged in with Wide Open before.
If it's anything, it's all lowercase. That's what I use for everything.
Josh,
you just said your password,
and it's such a simple password,
and
that
then you
it's so
also
easy
said
to
I
hack.
use it for everything.
Well, I went over here, so there's no way the mic could have picked that
No
up.
way.
No way.
If only there was some type of technology.
Yeah.
Does it work?
You were going to get so hacked in your life sometime. I'm surprised you have not had your identity stolen.
It's not worth anything.
Your identity has to be worth something.
No, dude, you probably have pretty good credit because you don't have any credit cards.
No, yeah, I do. I don't know. They keep emailing me saying it went up.
Your credit score or your credit balance?
The score.
The score.
Because Josh does not use credit cards.
That's great.
He's so dumb. He's smart.
Yeah. That's full circle.
You can't if you can't figure out how to fill out the application, then you don't have a credit
the
card.
Ouroboros of intelligence has eaten its own tail.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How do you call somebody? I haven't used Facebook in 7 years.
I don't know.
You can call people on Facebook.
Yeah, you can do a FaceTime with them on Messenger, maybe.
Oh, if you find Jon Stringer.
Oh, it has to
go
be
to
on
Messenger,
right? Yeah. This is like Boomer Tech Hour at the God Awful Gospel Hour.
How do I tweet your Skype?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there paper involved? I should sign something that says I should sign. Just so I sign it very much.
If you just go buy a few gift cards and then send the codes to this address, it'll
Some
all
Nigerian
work.
prince.
It'll all work. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It was fun golfing with you today.
Yeah.
You didn't. I don't fucking golf, asshole. That's another way they'll never get me.
Yeah. You're like, golf? I don't think so.
I don't have a credit card. I don't golf.
Yeah.
Good luck,
I don't
Jews.
think so. Yeah. Have you ever golfed, Josh?
Yeah, I suck.
Yeah, me too.
I'm good for about 3 holes, and then it just collapses.
Yeah, I heard you were good for about 3 holes.
Oh, you know what's 3 holes?
The sounding hole.
I like that you have it all queued up this time. There's no fucking around.
Dude, I
Survey
updated it.
Nice.
Updated the or I got the full app.
Yeah.
So now I have access to like dozens of buttons, so
Oh, wow.
I can give us a whole crazy soundboard.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna start adding some. I was gonna add those guys are fags, and some of that.
Yeah.
But I hadn't got. I was at work today, so I hadn't got a chance to do it.
Fucking work. It's always getting in the way of important things.
Yeah,
like
every
updating the
time I have a new
soundboard.
toy,
Yeah.
since I was a teenager, I would buy a new guitar or something,
Yeah.
and then as soon as I got the guitar, I had to be at work in 15 minutes.
Right.
And so I have to like just leave it. Or video games, especially anytime I bought a new video game, like especially when I was like really looking forward to, I always had to immediately work.
Yeah.
So I couldn't, play it or whatever.
Right.
I hate it.
Yeah. That's this adult life, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. How do we
Can he call you?
Facebook?
Yeah, they should be able to call it.
I'm gonna
Is that not in the bottom there with all those options?
I'm gonna send my dad a text message. He'll know. He'll know immediately. He'll be like,
"Look, you stupid fuck! Put
So you can talking about joiking off.
yeah, I don't like what you and your little friends are doing over there, but I will tell you how to FaceTime call you fucking retard.
little gay ass friends
Fucking retard.
talking about joiking each other off."
Dude, Kristen just keeps sending me middle finger emojis.
Nice.
Just like I say like a long thing
deadbeat.
like it's my fault. I'm sorry. Middle finger emoji. Then I say all this stuff. Middle finger emoji.
Nice.
Yeah. By the way, I just got a call from health services in the middle of my meeting. Thought it might be a hospital or EMT. Just about shit myself. It was his PT canceling for tomorrow. It's like this all sounds like normal shit that's happening to you. Oh, there we go.
Hello. Hello, this is the penis police.
Oh, good. Mine's gone missing.
What's going? Oh, good. Well, that's why we're here. Is it in the middle of the ocean? Did you throw it over the side?
Well, let me describe it to you first.
Okay, good. That's
Adequate.
not admissible in court.
Adequate, very, very soft.
It's neither here nor there. Where
Exactly
are
right.
you exactly located right now on the Earth?
It might be easier to answer where I'm going to be tomorrow, because
You're just
today was
en
a
route.
C day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the C word
See
day.
where the fuck it is. Tomorrow. Today was the 3rd. Where the fuck is it? Oh, we're in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
Oh, I've been there. I did missionary work there. It didn't
Ooh,
take. It didn't work out.
doggy
They're all
style.
still going to hell.
A scissor. Yeah, there's no stopping that.
I'm wearing my Jon Stringer shirt. You sold me a double X, and it feels very small. It shrank.
Oh, no, but that means you're blossoming.
Yeah, I need a full
I
rug
knew
of
you weren't done blooming.
chest hair like you to bust out the top of it.
Oh, yeah. That fucking Happy Meals for anybody who needs it.
So, hey, everyone, this is Jon Stringer.
Yeah, Jon Stringer
hey.
returns, but he returns calling in from near the Dominican Republic on a
you.
cruise ship.
Yep, in the middle of nowhere. Good to hear your voices, gentleman.
Yeah, well, we've got a third mic now who you never met. Chris is here.
Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, Chris. What's your full name and social security? I just don't.
Johnny Meatballs.
I know you've only said hey, but I get snitch vibes.
Yeah, that's valid.
He's Henry Hill at the end of Goodfellas, dude.
I like that. That's valid.
How do we watch your special? I want to watch it.
Oh, so not out yet. Out in 10 days, or if you're listening to this, who knows how quickly you guys get these out. But today is March 3rd, and March 13th,
Yeah.
it will be dropping on drybarcomedy.com as well as their YouTube channel. And I think what they do,
They have an app?
they release like a 10-minute piece of it in small clips, and that's how they want people to go in and buy to watch the whole thing. But I believe they're going to give me some kind of discount code to give to all my friends and family, so y'all can go in and watch the whole thing for free. So I'll send that. And if you're listening to this, I don't fucking know you. I don't know you shit.
Yeah. Well, let me know when the preview's up, and then we'll put it everywhere. We'll attach it
I
to all of
appreciate
our
that.
other stuff.
Yeah, I've never. It's funny. I had that Netflix thing a long time ago, which was great, but it was. I used a lot of jokes. Like I used to play well in the space of discussing race and joking, and it was never your stereotypes. It was, typically it played in a fun space, but after the pandemic, I kind of dropped any race joke that didn't tease white people directly.
Yeah.
And my Netflix special was teasing Latinos
Yeah.
an incredible amount.
I
Which
heard
is
you like to
what I
tease
would
white
do.
dudes in their space and play in
When
that
I would do
space.
shows for mostly Latino crowds, the harder I went, the more they enjoyed it. And so
Yeah.
that's what I did with that special. But it's when that special released.
You know what it was.
It-
You know what it was. It was the white chicks.
Oh, it was white guilt. It was all of it. No, I know. I just think old and white, we need to be saved.
Right. So your Netflix thing, it was up there for a while, but it's not up there anymore.
Yeah, it was up there for 7 years. The contract ended, and now it's really up to Chingo if he wants to load it up on like Amazon Prime. But
Now, is it his
I
real
do
name,
hear
or are
from
you giving
people-
the Hispanics a hard time again? Is his real name Chingo, or are you just
his
fun of
name
him
is
again?
Chingo Bling. I mean, he has a real name, but that's the name that
You're
he
not
gives
playing
to
around in the
anyone.
space again?
No.
He
Chingo
don't play
Bling
in that
is-
space.
Nah, brah. I ain't like that.
Do you have your segment of that anywhere?
Yeah, literally, I when it first dropped on Netflix, I got the clip. It's clean, it's pretty, it's wonderful. Not clean like clean material.
Right. It looks good.
But then I watched it, and it was at that time I was having like a moral quandary. And I'm
right.
like, yeah, do I want the first televised thing that I ever do to just be
Hey, I'm a
racist,
white
racist,
guy, and
racist?
you're a Mexican.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if
yeah. I was actually, the Rolling Stones quoted me in the magazine, not the digital magazine,
Right.
as the token white guy, which I love.
you're nice,
It says nothing, but it says everything. And if you can be the inclusive white guy, that is always a feather in a cap.
No, token white guy is a great thing to be.
It is.
I had a bunch of Hispanic friends. I had 3 Hispanic friends in high school, and they called themselves. We called ourselves the Latin Trio and Donnie. We were a gang that let in a white guy, just like as a mascot.
the one guy that couldn't sing notes.
Right.
He lacked rhythm or any artistic abilities, but God, he's fun to hang out with.
How long is the dry bar set?
It's 25 minutes.
Okay. So once that takes
completely
off, you can
clean
follow it
for
up
all
with a
ages.
horrifying anti-Hispanic set when at your leisure.
No, I know.
What you got to do is you got to be like Bob Dylan. You remember how he would come out and he would play electric, but everybody was so mad they wanted the folk stuff.
Yeah.
So first you got to release
what
the
I'll do.
nice, clean stuff, and then when everybody
There
wants
you
the,
go.
the classic, original, racist,
He's gonna
original
guy.
Jon Stringer,
You know what it is? It's not even. It's nowhere near as bad as I've made it sound.
No, it's fun. I watched it.
At
I
all.
watched it a couple times. It's great.
Yeah, it's but I got in my head, and when I missed the normal window to share clips from it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck it. But you're right though. I think I will release it after Dry Bar, so people don't think shit's sweet over here.
Or we could just not mention it at all, and you could say it's new, and everybody will think that you like took Ozempic or you de-aged yourself somehow.
I have a 10-minute clip I would love to share where I perform on mushrooms.
Oh, nice.
And that is, what a wild ride that was. I literally didn't know what was going to come out of my mouth or what I was going to do.
We did a shroom
the
cast
show-
here last week. We did a
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah,
did
we had-
shrooms and took a
public
trippy
spaces on
cast,
that
and
drug.
then we're gonna have too much coffee and do a manic episode.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fucking
too much coffee.
yeah. That's gonna play.
We're gonna snort a lot of coffee,
coffee.
and then we're gonna make an
Coffee
episode.
and Adderall. I think you guys should both take like a 20 milligram and have like an Americano venti with 2 extra shots thrown in it, and I think you'll be good and agitated. I think you'll all talk over one another.
After you take,
Oh,
a
we
dump,
already do that plenty.
After you take a dump, you'll be
Yeah.
ready to roll.
That's what you have to do when you're
Holy
almost
hell.
50. You have to take some kind of stimulant.
So how's this trip?
This trip's great. I only joined them 2 days ago. No, fuck. I joined them yesterday. Jesus, man. Time goes so slow on cruise ships. I was at home for 2 weeks knocking out projects. We saved a dog from a euthanization list who's at our house right now.
What's the
And
boat
then
called? that you're
immediately.
on?
What's that?
What's the boat called you're on? The Majestic Lesbian?
Okay, well, I don't want to mention cruise ships only because
That's
of
your
the one that I'm
address.
on. They'll care that I recorded something on mushrooms. I
So,
think.
so we can say it's the N word, right? The INWARD.
The Chingo Bling.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
SS Chingo Bling.
It goes inward to the ocean.
My wife, yeah,
Traveling
that's so
onward.
funny. Yep, onward.
We're talking
Can't use
about
the onward.
shame on this episode today, John.
Oh,
I
good.
used to be
Plenty of that to go
anti-shame because I was anti-religion, but now that furry incest porn is trending, I feel like shame could come in handy for society. I think we need to
that was
reinstitute
the
the
thing?
stocks. I think we need to start putting
It's
people in
such
stocks
a key
again.
ingredient to humility and
Yeah.
humanity.
We need a
I agree.
pillory.
Oh,
we need to put people in the
We all need
stocks.
to be brought down a peg. Yeah.
Yeah. I
like
like
it's
that
funny.
it was.
I battle with this
Yeah.
when I see. I am truly body positive, and I don't care what size or shape you are. You're beautiful. You're handsome. Lean into it. But I still see people that don't know what shape they are, and they just shoehorn themselves.
That's what I
into
look
all
like in this
kinds of
Jon
shapes.
Stringer t-shirt.
You can see your panty line, and it's a shirt somehow. How is that possible?
You can tell that my navel is circumcised.
That's funny.
You know, as I've gotten older, I've found that my body shape it's basically if somebody poured pudding into the shape of a potato.
Yeah. If they found an empty skin sack and they're like, we got to fill it up with something. With
Yeah.
that pudding.
Yeah, I have no
23
delusions about
gallons
my
of
body shape now.
Well, and like tapioca
No,
too,
I'll
because there's
fall
like
it
random
apart.
little bumps
Yeah.
here and there too. It's like
My ass
And
looks like ricotta cheese.
What are the ages of all of you? I'm 43.
We're all 50-ish. Donnie's early 40s.
I turn 43 next week.
46 next
Okay.
week.
I'm going to be 48.
46 next week. Shut up.
Yeah, in April next month.
You're
Are
not
you going to be in
48.
town in April? Or when are you in Austin next?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have anything on the docket, but I will get something. I'm going to reach out to Cap City and Velveeta. I should be
We're
able to
renting
get
the
into one of those
Velveeta
places.
for a night in April.
Yeah, we're putting on a show at Velveeta. We're working on a
yeah.
show at Velveeta. We're going to have, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 comics on.
Hell yeah!
If you're in town,
But if
I'll
you're
be
in
on.
town, you definitely have a spot for you.
Thank you. Yeah. What month are you looking at?
April, but if it works out, we'll probably do it more regularly.
Hell yeah,
that's
dude!
exciting.
Keep doing it. I know you. I know. Well, I guess Chris wasn't there, but I put Josh on that show the last time I was in Austin, and I thought it went really well.
At Vulcan? Yeah, that
That
was
was
great.
a fun show. Yeah, at Vulcan. I can never remember the name of that.
Yeah.
place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I got one good
Yeah.
clip out of that. It was like a minute
Nice. Yeah,
where people laughed.
No, if it's not an A plus, it's an F. That's what being an artist is.
Yeah.
But you had a good set.
Yeah. So Chris, this is John. John was the other guy who ran the open mic in downtown Austin with us 12 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so-
Okay,
Just seeing the wide open mic page and flyers just brought back every
That's what John-
memory.
John used to have a bunch of jokes
Oh.
about just turning 30. He's like, so I just turned 30, so you can know how long that was.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Man. Nice.
Yeah, no, I did my first open mic on my 30th birthday, so that mic would have been in my first year of comedy. That's
Yeah.
wild. What was I thinking? Why do comics do that? You're not going to book me? I'll book myself. That's basically what we did. We're fucking pretentious and unfunny and very aggressive.
But it's also practice actually putting on a show.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
good
so many
practice.
moving parts.
That's good practice to have in your first year, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you
It's
working
so
on now?
funny,
You got
man.
any new jokes you're working on? You want to try them out?
No, you know what they are? The ones I'm working on right now are the jokes that I presented to my wife, and she kind of gave it the treatment. And so now I'm staunchly stuck on making them funny so I can get a different reaction out of her. So it's like I'm trying to impress one person right now.
You used to have
I need
one.
to get my writing back.
You used to have one
What?
about how your penis was like a garden gnome. It was surrounded by bushes. It was all these great
Oh,
similarities
yeah.
of why
Well,
it was like a garden gnome.
It's like I've got a fine penis, but I've got way more sack than your average guy. And when I'm not, when my dick is completely unprepared, like I think most of them are unprepared. If I were to just like whip open my fly and you were to see it, it would look like a baby laying in a beanbag chair, like covered in hair.
Have you had hecklers? Do you get hecklers on the boat?
No, not often. There was one woman that refused to stop filming my
Mhm.
set. I was doing a 45-minute set, and she just had her camera in her hand in the front row, pointing it right at me. And
Jesus.
I addressed it politely and went back to my show. I looked back 2 or 3 minutes later. She's still doing it. And then I address it like I said, please put your camera down. This is our livelihood. I don't, I hate that I even had to escape a good moment with the crowd or the joke. And I was like, I had to take legal action from someone on another boat that posted like 3.5 hours of my material.
Jesus.
And I had to get a lawyer to reach out to that guy to be like, yeah, you can't fucking do that. And he took it down. Because when I reached out to him personally, I was like, hey, yeah, I was just on that cruise with you. I remember meeting you. You mind taking these down? This is material I hope to record someday.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you were in public. I can record anything I want. And I was like, all right, that's your attitude. And I had oh, what a piece of shit, dude. But I had told that to the woman, why I don't want her filming, and she refused to put her hand down. And then I said, you are going to make this cruise terrible for yourself. Everyone in this theater hates you now. And everywhere you go, you're going to be met with that energy. And she was. She was on a 41-day cruise.
Yeah.
41.
And 41, yeah. It went to a lot of. It started up in Alaska, went to Hawaii, went to the.
You could light
Panama
something
Canal.
on fire and say women and children first, and be like, you're the
Yeah,
woman,
dude.
woman, you first.
I always pack a moo-moo. But yeah, no, her fucking trip got real bad after that. Everyone approached her and they were finger wagging.
At least that wasn't the one when you were on
can't.
shrooms. That would have been worse.
Oh my god, that one was fun. What it was, it's brilliant. So I'll tell you what it was. There's this great comedian, Billy Anderson, and he has a show called The Gateway Show, where he brings up 4 or 5 comedians. We all do 7, 8 minutes. And then there's a show halftime where all of the performers and all of the audience go out into the parking lot and smoke their weight in marijuana.
Yeah.
And so then they come back in high off their asses, and the comedians have to perform a different 7 minutes high. So you have the sober and then the high version.
Yeah.
Since weed can be tested for on cruise ships, but mushrooms cannot,
Yeah.
I chose to do, I think, a couple grams of mushrooms, which I am a super lightweight. So 2 grams to me is like an 1/8 to anyone who's done mushrooms before. It's just it's half of what a normal dose would get you there.
Yeah, you don't fuck with a
you
lot
could
of
feel-
substances.
No, not at all, man.
Yeah.
I'll do mushrooms once a year just to it's like a reset button
Yeah.
for me. And then if I do smoke weed, I think I'm down to like a handful of times a month, and it's in the evening after I've handled all my shit.
Only if
So-
you're hanging out with
I
Ron. What was the guy you smoked with? The
Yeah,
famous-
Ron White.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I can't believe you remember that. Hell yeah, dude. But no. So yeah, everyone else was high and I was shroomed out, and I went up there for 8 minutes and have no idea what I said, but I crushed just by being strange.
Yeah.
That's the one they needed to put on the internet.
No, that's the one. I'll post it eventually. I'm hoping that this special, and I'm going to record another special with Dry Bar. I told them I have a couple hours of clean, and they're welcome to all of it. Because I don't want to immortalize clean. It doesn't feel authentic to me.
Are they feeding you okay on the ships? Is the food good there?
Oh, it's world class, dude.
Okay.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's just sensational. On all ships, some worse than others. Carnival, and like the more you pay for the cruise, the better your food gets. That's
Okay.
pretty standard. But there are ships like
They don't
Holland.
make
where
you
can
eat
get-
the gruel in the basement with the bilge
No,
pumps.
dude. And
Are
When
there
I
any
first started
cool
doing
like
ships-
Irish music dance parties in third class like on Titanic?
Yeah.
it's all Indonesian and Thai people, and they throw the coolest parties. They party like mid '80s pro wrestlers. They're out of control.
Yep. I like.
They're fighting, they're singing, they're carrying 12 packs back to their room while chugging a wine out of a bottle. And I don't mean all of them. This sounds like I'm judging. No, they are the greatest. I'm so afraid to do podcasts these days because it's like the podcast can be normal and fun and flowy like this, and then your next segment could be something that could get all of us canceled, and I'm just a passenger.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in the back seat and you're driving drunk and hitting
No,
pedestrians.
the opinions of the God Awful Gospel Hour do not necessarily reflect Jon Stringer Enterprises.
Yeah,
or
if
any
this
of the
segment
Air
that you're
Force
doing,
With.
this is my disclaimer though. If your segment gets weird or like weirdly racist, you might hear me hang up a proverbial electronic phone.
Yeah.
It's like I'll see my way out. I'll Homer Simpson into a bush.
Yeah, we were trying to make sense of the fact that they're telling trans people that they don't exist. But it's kind of a sensational way of just victimizing yourself, because it's impossible to make someone not exist. But they've changed the nomenclature in America to say that there's no more trans. So the trans people are going, they're saying we don't exist, which takes some of the stank off of it when you get sensational. It dulls the impact of what's actually happening. This is happening all over journalism. They're adding too many adjectives to the headline and editorializing.
And Jon Stringer just disconnected.
I was thinking somewhere in there was going to be a trans spotting punchline.
There you go.
So we're out here looking for them, trans spotting, if you will. Yeah. I hope you guys give Josh shit, because I forgot part of your podcast is Josh just trying open mic jokes.
Yeah.
I forgot that. I love it.
Yeah.
Damn it. I wish I had some.
There's a whole
I feel like I
second
need to go get a
podcast
joke
of
card.
that now. There's a whole second podcast of that now. It's called
That's
Joke
so,
Balling.
why are you giving any time to this? You're reinforcing bad habits.
Well, Donnie now has a soundboard, so if it sucks, he goes, eh. And if it's good, he gets claps.
Okay, there's justice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You should be able to hear this. That's the no, Josh.
Real bad.
Josh, stop.
Yeah.
This is a newer misdirection joke. Some guys love blowjobs. It's their favorite thing. Can't get enough of them. Not me. I gag way too easily. Now my mascara's running and makeup ain't cheap. Am I right, ladies? It's a weird one, but I didn't get the ant, so that's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm 100% against what Hitler did. Those paintings sucked.
That's funny. That's funny.
So you remember you lived in Austin. Remember when you used to see trains going up Mopac full of car chassis?
Yeah.
They're still. I thought that was going to stop after all these tariffs, but they're still coming up from Mexico. Big, heavy, slow trains full of steel chassis. What's this plural of chassis?
Chassis?
Chassis.
Yeah, something like that.
I guess
Chassis.
cacti. Yeah, I guess they cost more now or something, but it hasn't stopped them from making them and shipping them up here.
I think the tariffs, they go into effect tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Mexico
okay.
tariffs hit
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Except for Tarif with his corner store. He started a long time ago. I heard there was tariffs, and I love tariffs, and I charge more for everything now.
Cancelable.
Yeah, that's sorry.
Yeah. Walking the line.
I was watching a video of a girl doing period pain tests on a cowboy. She hooked electric diodes up to his abdomen and started shocking the fuck out of his abdomen because it simulates what it feels like to have a period. And he was obviously in horrible pain, and she was laughing, and she called her friends over, and there's a bunch of women pointing and laughing at this guy in horrible pain. And so I asked my wife, is that like real? Like, is that what it feels like? And she was like, yeah, it's contractions, it's muscle, it's your body's thinks you're having a baby, but it's a bunch of blood and crap or something going
Blood and
out. But you
crap,
still
yeah.
have like
Yeah.
contractions.
Right.
That's what the cramps
That's
are.
what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, I guess that is really what it's like to have a period or have a baby. But the other thing they compare it to is passing a kidney stone. They go, that's as closest a man can get to feeling what it's like to have childbirth. But
What?
human babies don't come out covered in sharp crystals, so it's not
Yes.
really the same as passing a kidney stone.
I drink more baby fluid than water, so you can't tell me.
Except for
They don't
Mexican
create
babies, they have those earrings. They're born with them.
That's funny.
That's true, right?
Sorry, I say that. I'm so jaded that when I say that's funny, my brain is writing more punchlines for a joke. That's so terrible. Yeah, writing when I say that's funny, that's me going, "Oh, that's good." Like, and you could do this, and you could do that.
You have to. It's a compulsion at this point.
Yeah.
The comedy machine must always run.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how virgins were popular and held in high regard because of their virtue, and that people would sacrifice virgins, and they love virgins. But if you see back in the old days a virgin girl that has a boyfriend and he's smiling, and then they break up and she's got another boyfriend and he always seems like a good mood, then you can pretty much guess that she does something else pretty well. She's continuing to have her virtue and be held high as a virgin, but all her boyfriends are happy. Maybe that's why virgins were so popular in the first place, because everybody was like, look at her. She's making all the boys in the village so happy with her dick-sucking skills.
Does she swallow the virtue?
Yeah.
All right, this is for Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's about right.
That's a packed open mic clap.
Right.
It's 20.
That wasn't the
spiteful
auditorium.
comedians.
An applause break at an open mic, you're killing it.
That wasn't the auditorium.
Right. That's open mic night at Cap City when there's 17 people there.
That actually might be a higher level of funny than the whole auditorium clap.
My son got a VR headset and he was playing this ninja game where you throw shurikens.
Yeah.
And they're like on a chest strap and he's got them all. And he's throwing them.
Yeah.
So he's just in the living room sig heiling.
Oh, that's great.
Like he's touching his chest and putting it out and throwing these fake.
He's Elon.
Man. Yeah.
Like
That's what you need to
he's
call
got
it
the mask on. He doesn't know what he's doing. And I walk in the room like, dude, whoa.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Can you throw them higher or lower, not like at this angle? Why are all the bad guys birds?
Come on, man.
You remember the Making It Rain? That was just a really tiny heil over and over.
Yeah.
You personally can now never touch that headset. You gave a teenage boy a VR headset.
Oh, but I have to.
But yeah, you have to, yeah.
I have to try VR porn. I haven't seen it yet. I'm too old to ever have like
I've seen
FaceTime
it.
sext a girl.
But
Have you ever Skype sext?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm too old for that.
Yeah, same. I missed it.
Here's what I know about VR. I've only used it very, very little, and it makes me nauseous. It gives me motion sickness. Like, we're all at a state in our life where maybe we have to question if we're healthy enough for sexual activity, just like in the warnings and medicine commercials. But if I'm getting motion sickness but being asked to stay in motion, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, everybody I know that's watched it is like, you turn around and you see how shitty the decorating is in the room on the other side from all the
takes you
fucking.
out.
Yeah,
That's
God,
so funny.
Suspension of
This is
disbelief.
fucking
Like,
What the
stupid.
hell? They couldn't even put any money into the sconces.
Is that a bit?
It's just I've heard people say it that have tried VR. Like you start
that's
looking around the
just
room if the
very
scene
funny.
sucks, and you're like, "What are these curtains?"
I mean, you better just be goddamn sure that there's no one home and no one going to be home for a long ass time, because you can put that thing over your fucking head,
Yeah.
and put like earphones in or something, and then pull
Why is there
your
a padlock on Dad's bathroom?
Yeah, and you're gonna pull down your fucking pants.
and then your daughter walks in, and it's a completely different kind of porn, right?
while all of your sensory inputs are being consumed. Yeah, it's
You instantly go from werewolf to human dad again.
yeah.
No, sweetheart, no. Oh.
My daughter's 15, John. She's got a boyfriend, and he was her friend
not
first.
okay.
So he was like a friend of the house for years. She's known him since 6th grade. So we're all cool with him. He's a fine young gentleman. He used to come over and say hi and talk and hang out. But now that he's with her, they just walk right past the living room and just go upstairs. And he's just following her like a wolf. He's like... Like he's too, and I remember doing that, like going over to a girl's house and you have to talk to the parents and you're just trying to get upstairs. So, I mean, it's fine. He doesn't have to say hi, but at least give me a sup, nod or something.
Yeah.
Because he used to hang. So I know why something changed and I know what it is, you little fuck.
You let him go upstairs?
Yeah. They can, we fuck with them the whole time. We're texting them. We're knocking on the door. Like if they want to go up there, they're going to get tortured. I'm in the next room in my son's room. Watching VR porn.
Yeah.
And banging on the walls.
When I hear about the dynamic in your household, I'm wondering who the fuck is supervising you guys.
Yeah.
That's an experiment. It's
You
it's
guys
one
are
of those like
unsupervised children. Let's go knock on their
Yeah.
door and
Yeah.
let's text them.
it's like whenever they like just get rid of all authority at a prison and they just see
Right.
what the inmates do.
Yeah.
We're running the asylum.
Yeah.
The cuckoo's nest.
Great.
There's a guy at work in the stairwell doing push-ups with his feet up on like 2 steps higher, so he was planking.
Yeah.
But he was like my size, or no, he was my amount of fat, but he was shorter.
No.
And I guess he thought he had the whole stairwell to himself, which you don't.
No.
That's a public area.
Right.
And I don't know what number he was on. I don't know if he was anchor manning. I don't know if you heard me doing it was 1,000.
Yeah.
But I came into the stairwell and I had my AirPods in and I was like, "Oh, cool, man, good job!" Like I was trying to be a bro and be like, "Yeah, hell yeah, work out." He jumped up like I had caught him jacking off. His face was completely red. His eyes are bloodshot. Like I think he was OCD about getting his pump at work, and he had to just like run to these. Like, I gotta work out. Like, we have a gym. There's a gym in the garage.
Yeah.
He could have gone and done push-ups at the gym, but
Well,
he
can
was
I say
running into
something?
the stairwell and doing.
And no offense here, but if he had the same amount of body fat on a shorter frame,
Yeah.
I don't think he was OCD about working out.
No.
That's
He's just. Yeah, I think he just started.
yeah.
Okay. He's so OCD day one.
Yeah, I don't think he
His
realized that
lifestyle.
doing that too many times will bloodshot both of your eyes that badly, because you can't do that every day if you're that stature. We have conference rooms at work, and these tables, they have this flap on the front of them. It's like a wooden flap. It looks like it should swing up and extend the table.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. It's on a hinge. It hangs in front of the table. It's for you to not look up girls' skirts
No, that's not true.
from across the room. That's why they put that on
way.
there. Yeah. It doesn't serve any other purpose.
That doesn't sound right.
The tables are in a U, and the presenter's in the middle, so you're looking across at everyone else. And
It's a great way to give your boner a green room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I was wondering if they had those in Scottish Parliament so they could yell at each other. I used to think you're crazy, but now I can clearly see your nuts.
They could just lift the flap in opposition.
What was the last thing that happened in that boardroom for you? Like, what was the last meeting about? Was it the Institute?
It was the gayest team building games we played with someone's children's balls. They flew them all over the world, the room, and we had to collect someone's children's balls.
John, we're actually kind of jealous of you because you don't have to go into team building exercise or mandatory trainings very much, do you?
No, I have to be a good husband, and therapy is a thing because I need to be well-rounded and balanced. There's other things.
You got to
No, I
pump the
don't
crowd
have
up.
to
You got to go, come on, guys, energy, yay.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny, man?
You could do better than that. I said good morning.
What's his name? Pete Townsend?
Mm-hmm.
He said he just uses the phrase "find my silly" or "find my funny," and I'd never really considered that. But my great shows are always tied to good feelings. Like all of my best shows, I'm excited to be there. I'm not dragging my feet. It's like I'm being held back from talking to these people until they announce me. And my bad shows are always related to, let me just go knock this out. And I'm consistent, right?
Yeah.
Like I try to have consistent shows. I might have one bad show a year on land. I might have a handful on ships a year. It's a way different.
Do you have
It's
a
a
ritual?
different
What's your
animal
ritual?
altogether.
How do you get yourself ready?
To find your silly.
Take a nap?
It's so funny, man. My whole Instagram algorithm are like inspirational tear creating videos of like rescuing animals,
Yeah.
dads being able to hear their kids for the first time, dogs seeing their owner after being lost for a year.
I like to eat a
it's so
lollipop
funny.
in the mirror. I go, you're silly.
I have these like really grotesque, like full body cries,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds funny, but it makes me so much more connected to people.
Okay.
It's like I need to be reminded there are good and beautiful things in the world, and then
So you watch tearjerker videos and cry, and then go on stage.
Yep.
Oh, it's like you got rid of all your negativity, so it's positive time.
Yeah, I know it sounds funny,
Purge.
but I've just had this like a breath of fresh air breathed into my lungs for me.
I do that after
And,
sex.
Yeah.
It's full body
Will you
cry.
breathe for me for a while? I do that CPAP too.
Chris,
I don't
our
know,
friend
man.
here, Chris, just
but-
found out that he has Lyme's disease.
Oh no!
He was
I
bit
think
by
it's
a-
just one Lyme.
Yeah, Lyme.
Just a single.
Oh, you didn't get okay.
Is it lime? Lime? Yeah, lime. I think. Yeah.
So you got bit by a tick.
Yes.
I found a tick on my balls one time after
What?
fucking in the woods.
What?
I had a girl.
After fucking in the
This
woods?
girl's fantasy was to fuck in the woods.
Was
so
it
we-
in Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we found
They have
like a
limes.
log, and I sat on the log, and she sat on my lap, and then like a day later, I found a tick on my balls.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, do I get superpowers or what? But Donnie just said the other week we were talking about your refractory period and how, like, if you guys have ever had a wet dream and how long you have
Oh
to
yeah,
wait.
we were talking
Yeah, we were
about
talking
that.
about wet dreams.
Yeah.
And I have to.
I've had one in my whole life.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're,
see?
you
I've
have,
had
you've
zero.
actually had one. Neither Chris and I remember any wet dreams at all.
Ever.
No,
Never.
no. Here's the fucked up part. I didn't remember shit. I just woke up to sticky boxers.
Oh man, that's a bummer. I bet it
It
was,
was
a good
so
fuck.
yeah.
man.
You didn't even get to
It
keep
was
it.
inconvenient as fuck. I woke up and I'm like, so what's
That's
the
lame.
point? Like I didn't even remember having Pamela Anderson in a hot tub or anything like that. I just came.
That's
So-
how we know
so
you're
fucking
our
dumb.
age because it's Pamela
Anderson in a hot tub.
yeah.
Baywatch.
Yeah,
We're the Baywatch generation.
Yeah, that-
You didn't have to say
That
your
would have been
age.
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been accurate.
Yeah, I have
I
to
don't mind
bust
aging
every 2
myself.
days or I get a wet dream on like the third day. And
No
Donnie,
way.
Donnie says I'm not calibrated properly.
He
But
said
maybe-
he's over.
Yeah.
He's over configured.
Dude, something's wrong. Yeah,
Maybe that's the superpower I got from getting bit on the balls by the tick.
that could be.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm Spider-Man of
Maybe.
coming.
Yeah.
The white stuff.
Right.
You've just become a 240-pound leech.
Thank you. 240.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
That's very generous. 240.
Appreciate you rounding down.
You sound hot. That's all I know.
Who are we working on? Complaining to your spouse in disguise by talking cute to the dog, going, "Oh, who's a good girl that never complains and does the dishes on time? Come here, little good girl." With your wife in the room, so she hears like what a good girl really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a kind of like a Shane Gillis skit to me. The kind of thing he would do.
Yeah. Whenever Kristen's mad at me, she always like does this thing where she like talks at me through the dog, but it's not like positive stuff. It's like it's more negative.
That's
stuff.
a lady move. It's just, what is that called? Passive aggression.
Yeah.
Through the dog, passing your aggression
Yes,
through the
yeah.
dog.
Oh, dude, tonight there's gonna be a lot of passive aggression through the fucking dog.
John, you remember Gene Gitman?
Yeah, of course.
So I ran into him at Kill Tony the other Monday.
He's
Or-
in Austin again?
Yeah. He's and his wife is a comic, and
Aw.
she's about to have a baby real bad. She shouldn't be out in the world. She's huge.
The most pregnant. Yeah.
But I saw them. I got so pumped that he's going to be a parent, and I was like telling him all my tips. You know, buy all the same sippy cup, so when you're doing the dishes, it's modular.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's a sippy cup?" He's like so focused on
Oh,
the
he's
immediate.
very
He's
good.
not even thinking about toddlers yet. He's
Yeah,
like, "Oh
yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
there's going to be that now."
There's
next."
another phase I have to think about.
But I told him every argument you guys are going to have is about who's the most tired. And then you're going to be too tired to have that argument.
Yeah.
So it's just a black hole of being tired.
You're really sweet though, because when people tell me that they're having a kid or I find out, I'm never like happy for them. I'm like, oh fuck, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You
I'm
do.
the same way.
I
sorry.
realize. Yeah, same. Joanna had to point it out to me. Is like we'll leave a conversation. I'm terrible socially these days. I used to be really good at making friends and good impressions, and now you mentioned kids, or we're thinking about having a kid, or we just had our first kid, and my brain immediately goes to full roast mode. All I do
Yeah.
is I verbalize everything they've already had anxiety attacks about finances, time, rest. I always say to my, I've never looked at my wife and thought, you know what we need is less sleep, less money, more stress, more fighting. How's that sound?
Chris is almost
And
done. Chris is looking at the end. He's going to be an empty nester. He's got his daughter in college and his son
Oh
is a senior.
no!
Yeah, it's happening.
His son is a wrestling champ of Bowie High School.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I wrestled and I was fucking fantastic.
What weight class?
I remember Bowie specifically. I was a 160 and I wrestled your heavyweight because we didn't have a heavyweight and y'all didn't have a 160, and I still beat his ass.
Where did
I couldn't
you-
pin him, but Austin High School.
Oh, Austin High, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Yo, you couldn't pin the
I,
Bowie guy.
I beat him by the skunk rule. Was it if you lead by 13, they just end the match?
Yeah, the technical.
So I just kept
fall.
shooting, dropping him, exposing his back, and letting him up, and doing
they
that
do that. That's
over
ping
and over
pong.
and over.
Yeah, it's basically like the most. I'm saying this in a good way.
It's like 10-run ruling somebody in
It's
baseball.
like it's
a forfeit.
showy thing.
Yeah.
It's a showy. Yeah, the tech.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tech fall.
I absolutely, and I liked Bowie. There's nothing wrong with Bowie.
Oh yeah, I mean
but-
I don't give a shit.
but-
I didn't go there.
The guy was big and fucking cocky. I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And he's like, do you? And I'm like, oh, now I fucking do. So I think that was my best match where I absolutely embarrassed a really large man.
It's cool. I mean the big guys, they can just kind of like throw their weight around. But I like when my son wrestles like the big guys and like can actually like take him because he's like the same size you were. He's like 157, 165, kind of depending on the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good sport. Did you wrestle all 4 years?
I didn't even discover it until my sophomore year. So sophomore, junior, senior.
Okay, nice.
But I was just using it to stay in shape for football. But then it became so much more a focus because let's be real, I wasn't as good at anything as I thought that I was at the time.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, track, baseball, everything. Wrestling I was good at because it worked with my weird body type. I'm flat-footed, bow-legged, short legs, long torso.
Mm-hmm.
And none of this makes any sense body-wise. Maybe I would have been effective in a pool swimming, but for wrestling, balance means everything.
Yeah.
And I was about the strongest 160-pounder in the entire state. I was I can't even remember. I was squatting close to 400, bench pressing close to 315. It was a lot at the time at 160. So I was.
That's awesome about the wrestling. Texas isn't really like a big wrestling state, but
It isn't
historically, but it is becoming one now. Like
it's the steers and queers.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
scared of the Greco-Roman stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made my kids
That's
watch
awesome.
Final Destination 1, 2, and 3 last weekend.
Whoa.
It's because, I don't know if they're old enough for like modern horror, but Final Destination is so cheesy. And all the gore is like CG crap.
Oh yeah.
But, they were playing along and calling it out with me like, oh, something bad's about to happen when you feel water drips and like something rusty falls to the side.
Why did you make your kids' voices sound like drinking hillbillies?
Yeah.
Hi, Dad. You can see this one coming
Something bad's about to
up.
happen. But the what's her name, Taylor Lautner, the girl, was like, okay, if you hear something, call me on my cell. And my daughter was like, what the fuck did she just say? And I was like, she said, call me on my cell. And she was like, what is that? I was like, cell phone. Call me on my cell phone. And she was like, nobody says that. People just say phone now. So cell phone has now gone the way of roll your window up and rewind the tape.
Really?
That's
If
that's
you're
funny.
old if you say cell. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna start saying cell. And I'm gonna bring back
Say
Zesty.
cellular phone device.
So yeah.
I think if you're 48, you're not bringing it back. It was just always there with
Yeah,
you.
right. Yeah.
I think it requires somebody your daughter's age to start saying it. You gotta
bring it
infect.
back. Yeah.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what you and her boyfriend can talk about before he runs upstairs to go suck her boobs or whatever.
Reach out to me on the worldwide cyber web.
Yeah.
And then I'm bringing cell phone back, and I'm bringing back Zesty. That seems like something you can use,
Zesty.
John.
Zesty is alive and well.
Yeah, Zest. Remember that soap, Zest?
Zesty got revived because I think this generation is calling anything that is a little homosexual, they call it zesty. Or
yeah.
if you're flamboyant or effeminate, they're like, he's a little zesty.
I like it.
I'm California zesty.
Put some zest on it. I'm gonna start commenting on porn videos wholesomely. I'm just gonna put, she seems nice.
Yeah.
I bet she cooks a good roast.
I like how she stayed connected to her character and the scene.
It looks like she had a full body cry before the scene.
I'm sure she did have a full body cry, but
She found the funny before the
She
cameras
found her
came
silly.
Yeah.
She ate a lollipop in the mirror and found her silly. We were talking about fecal particulates last time you were on here. In your beard, you said something about fecal particulates in your beard. I was listening to
It was a study found fecal particulate in men's beards, and I'm like, Yeah, that's because this mouth has been on some pussy recently. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. I don't know why
Oh
they don't.
no, there's shit in my beard. I did dirty fucking squirrel things.
That's for nostalgia, so I can remember it tomorrow. I don't know why they don't call it fecal farticulates instead of particulates. It should be farticulates.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity, man.
So a Chinese tourist was evicted and banned from Norway for 5 years due to being a bad driver. I read that headline and thought, what's her name? It's all pronouns.
That's good.
They were trying to avoid it, you could tell. Chinese tourist evicted and banned from Norway for being okay. Just say it. Just come out and say, quit
They
bullshit.
didn't have to print that. I mean, you realize that? That there's so much hatred
There's a
behind the
subtext.
story. What race is she? She's Chinese. You can't put that, though. I have to. It's the news.
I watched the Chalamet movie, the Bob Dylan, Completely Unknown.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good. He wears a lot of eye makeup to make himself look tired and kind of burnt out.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me he'd be a perfect Billy Joel Armstrong if they did like a Green Day movie.
Oh yeah.
He looks just like that dude.
Really?
I don't think Billy Joe Armstrong has an interesting enough life.
I don't think they should
Yeah.
ever make a
I don't
Green Day
think-
movie.
I don't think there should be a
True.
Green Day biopic.
No,
you
they
know?
did the opposite
I
of
would
Bob
watch
Dylan.
a Dookie documentary.
Yeah, Dookie-mentary.
Dude. I'm in. I don't care.
They did the
Green
opposite.
Day I think J.R. Brow has a terrific bit. He does a lot of guitar and
Yeah.
like this song sounds similar to this and this.
Yeah, I've seen
And
it.
he absolutely buries Green Day for lifting and borrowing every single rhythmic portion, all
Uh-huh.
of their guitar rhythms. And it's one of the funniest bits out there. If you guys know JR or get a chance to see him, it's fucking hysterical. But
Well, they put
he
on a good
absolutely
show at
roasts
the
them.
Fire AIDS Fest for the fires in Malibu, but I don't think pop punk should even exist. It shouldn't be a thing. It's unfortunate that it ever happened, but it was mostly due to Blink-182. They kind of
I think at first
Commercially successful pop punk.
yeah.
was
That's
that
just-
that first
ugh.
Green Day album though was not very pop punk.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was, it was pretty not
just
Dookie,
punk.
the one
Kerplunk?
before that.
Yeah.
Kerplunk. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was more fast punk or whatever. But,
Well, and it also didn't really get big until after Dookie.
Oh,
got
yeah,
big,
Dookie
too.
blew.
It's like the Beastie
blew 'em
Boys,
up,
some
yeah.
old shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
South by is coming. Hideo Kojima is going to be here. So Donnie and I think we're going to go try to stalk him and meet him and get his autograph.
Oh.
He's a gaming hero. He's the
Oh,
Metal
wow.
Gear guy. He did all the Metal Gear stuff.
Oh, nice. Oh, when is South by's like now, right?
Yeah, it's
16th?
always my birthday.
Oh yeah,
My birthday time. Our birthday time.
Our birthday. Yeah.
I have.
Do you
not
think they
gone-
do that for your birthday?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
South
throw
by,
me a
yeah.
2-week birthday party
Yeah.
every year.
They have
Except
this
for
like
COVID.
$300 invitation you have to buy.
Yeah, I have not done. I have not gone and done South by Southwest stuff in. I don't know, 7 years. I mean, it's before COVID.
No, I had to go 2 years ago. I had a buddy come to town. He was like, "We're going to South by." He came from Boston, and I was like, "I don't." What?
The theme songwriter guy, or
Yeah.
him? Okay, yeah.
We saw Mothership's first opening night. That was kind of cool.
You and him.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but I just took him to Wimberley. I was like, "Let's go
yeah,
to a brewery."
yeah.
Let's go be
Fuck
40.
yeah.
Let's go be 40. Yeah.
Let's go before. Oh, I wanted to say this. It's late. I'm real late to mentioning it. I'm getting to see Bob Dylan live on March 29th in Wichita.
Nice.
Nice.
Little-
Awesome.
Little flex.
Yeah.
Is that near your
that's
home?
going to be
You live
legendary.
near there?
Yeah, I live about an hour outside of Wichita. We live in a town of 23 to 2,500 people.
Usually they wait until
we-
someone's dead to talk shit about them in a movie, but they fully went on Bob Dylan. They were like, he cheated on all his girlfriends, and here's him with this other girl and cheating on this other girl. And it's like, he was making rock history.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot cooler stuff. I don't know why we had to focus on.
Sometimes you got to sleep around when you're making history.
Yeah.
That's how you figure out chords.
Right. Yeah. Apparently. Yeah. Man.
That's funny.
Do you guys have any special Gene Hackman memories now that he's gone from us?
I'm only shrouded in mystery. I want to figure out what happened to our boy and his girl.
Yeah,
Uh,
the
did-
stuff it's shown has been like this. Every fact that comes out it just gets weirder and weirder. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, it's such a mystery. He was
Yeah.
dead 4 days. And they haven't gotten all the results back on his wife, but
When
she
he was walking dead for like a year before
obviously-
that. He didn't look good.
Yeah, she
Shambling
I think
around.
she was seen walking around a day or two after they think he passed.
Well, after she got banned from Norway for driving badly, and she had to come back here.
That's funny. Good callback. That's where you dropped this episode, just right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved him from Lex Luthor. He's the best Lex Luthor. This like Jack Nicholson's Joker. Other people have tried to do it since, and nobody's actually nailed it as well as him. But that was a lot due to John Williams' theme. It was like a Peter and the Wolf.
His best role, Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, Royal Tenenbaums.
Bombs, yeah.
Oh, he was the fucking greatest.
It's either that or Unforgiven. It's either that or Unforgiven for me.
I don't remember it.
I loved Gene Hackman dealing with kids and the sensitivity of putting on a play where Ben Stiller as a child is like, didn't you like the characters? Didn't you like the storyline? He's like, what characters? It's a bunch of kids in costumes. Yeah, he's such a dick. What character?
Listen here, Coltrane.
So we have those cars here now, John. We've got the self-driving cars that go around town with cameras all over them. They're called Waymos.
Yeah.
And it's, I saw one with one of my kids in South Austin, like off of Ben White. And it was just going down the back roads collecting data. And I was like, look, there's no driver. And my son was like, what the hell is going on, Dad? I was like, it's a ghost car. But apparently somebody touched one of them on Barton Springs and it caused like this huge gridlock. So those cars are basically like autistic. You can't touch them or they just freeze. No,
we're done.
They need their caretaker to come and take the earmuffs off of them and be like, it's okay now.
An emotional support scooter that goes along next to them.
Call them Rainbows.
Yeah,
sorry, I was trying to do a Rain Man joke. Yeah.
Definitely 35 miles an hour here. Definitely 35 miles an hour. And we're going to make English the official language, I guess, of America, which there's only 7 other countries that do that. France, Germany, Albania, Lithuania, Armenia, Bangladesh, and Bulgaria. So not a super cool gang to be a part of for us, to be a one official language country. I don't know how that's going to...
What does it mean? What does that even mean?
It means you have to buy South African cars.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, what does it really mean, though?
I think it's just to make things hard, like make things harder federally for people who don't speak English.
So they're gonna like stop translating stuff or something?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what horrible thing.
Crazy.
Well, you got a good exit plan, John. You can just not come back.
Yeah, you can just get off at the next dock.
You can stay in the Dominican Republic where things are way better.
Everyone there says excelente.
I'm going to move to the country where the government's not corrupt. Okay, good luck.
Yeah, right.
So what's your current trip? What you're Dominican Republic now, but where are you headed?
Dominican Republic, Grand Cayman, Mexico, Cozumel, Montego Bay.
How many people are on the boat?
Jamaica.
Yeah. Oh, like 4,000 guests, 2,000 crew.
And how many seats are in the theater? Like 1,000? You got a little comedy club
1,000.
room. That's like a 200
I did a split show. The comedian I'm working with this week, his name is Jim McDonald. Very funny, very nice guy. And I love it. I love all kinds of comedy, but he's got the old school setup. Punch, set up, punch. Very classic. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Jackie.
But we did a split show, family-friendly split show last night at 9:30 on the main stage. Full fucking theater. I went up and did my 20 before him. And luckily, I had a really good 20-minute set. First night's on board. People are traveled. It's been a travel day. They're tired. They're frustrated.
Yeah.
You name it.
It's a good time.
They were really fucking good last night. Yeah. First shows can be hit or miss. It was a big hit. And I had such a good, it was only 20 minutes. We're 22. We're doing 45 minutes between us. But I did so well and I liked him a lot. I was like, I hope he has a good set. Because I did so well, I was like, he's going to have a hard time following that. But luckily, his whole set was like using a slideshow up on the screen on stage, which is kind of a can't miss design
PowerPoint
set.
presentation?
Kind of
What's
like
he doing?
Yeah, basically. It's very funny. It was really, really good. But it takes the pressure off the performer. It's kind of like comics who include, like Reggie Watts or Kristen Key, who's exploding right now. She's a musical comedian, but very funny shit. Those people rarely have a bad show. You can't have a bad show, but when it's just you and a microphone and you have to fill 45 minutes of time and hold them captive, it's a different ball game for sure. Yeah, the opening show was great, and then tonight I had my first adult 45-minute set. Absolutely, and I hate using crushed or smashed. I was so comfortable tonight that I dropped 2 or 3 jokes that I haven't told since my first month of doing comedy.
Nice.
That's how comfortable I was. I was reaching from the bottomest of the bottom shelf. And I was like, y'all are so fun.
You
Y'all
told
are
him
so
you just
weird.
turned 30
Would you-
again?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's all the racist jokes from that Netflix special. And they loved it.
All right, we're probably going to switch over to a stream here.
I'm gonna reach out and say goodnight to my wife before she calls it a night. And we have that rescue dog I mentioned earlier in the podcast. I received a message from her about an hour or whenever we started this, where she said, "So what should we name her?" Which I'm thinking the guy that we found her a new owner in Nebraska, I'm thinking he's backing out of this.
Yeah.
And we're going to end up with a failed foster. But she's a great dog, very destructive, but very fucking fun.
Nice.
Destructive like she's chewing on our plants. She's chewing.
Yeah.
She chews on stuff, jumps up on the counter. She's an insane puppy.
You know what a good name for a female dog would be? Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Name a dog Jezebel.
Yeah.
Jezebel?
Jezebel, like a biblical
Oh,
name. Like, oh no, we got this awesome name for her from the Bible, Jezebel.
Yeah.
I like Jezebel better.
But usually you see like a big-headed, like blocky bully or pit bull, and they're named Armageddon or Chaos. Something real menacing. When
Tiny.
they're basically toddlers, man. Pit bulls are the greatest fucking breed. I used to own Labradors, Springer Spaniels. I've been around Golden Retrievers, St. Bernards. Nothing beats a pit bull. If you get yourself a pit bull, I don't care if you rescue it at 6 months or a year, they can go through some of the most traumatic histories and come out the sweetest dog you've ever been around. We've got one right now that basically helps us raise all of our cats in our cat rescue. Her name is Penelope. I got her on the Texas-Mexico border. She was just running down the highway and only spoke Spanish. All of her commands had to come in Spanish for like the first 3 months. True story. All of that's true, not even made up. But
If you heard somebody giving
helps us-
Spanish commands to a pit bull, you get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It's like a German with a
I just
with a
thought she was
Rottweiler.
hard-headed. I thought
Run.
she was. Yeah, I just remember saying "see it" that day, and she sat right away, and I'm like, "Motherfucker, that makes so much sense."
Yeah. Nice.
So what are you thinking about naming this one? If you have to name it.
Pat Benatar.
Nice. Oh yeah, you had
Yeah, and
your
then just
other
call her
dogs were
Benny.
named Coheed and Cambria or something like that before. Didn't you have one that was named after a girl singer? What were your dogs' names when you lived here?
Okay, we had Tegan.
Yes.
Oh,
Tegan
Tegan
and
and Sarah.
Yeah. She was a wolf dog. She was fucking fantastic. Then we had Orso. Guinness was our Saint Bernard. Tegan was our wolf mix, and then Penelope is our pit bull. But our cats are Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Lucille. Fuck.
I love a first and last name for an animal. That's
Lucy,
right.
Lily, and then Midge and Wu Tang.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
our cats look like Larry Bird and Reggie Miller.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're brothers from the same litter. They're very they're scaredy cats. Like if the 3 of you stayed at my house with me for a week and a half, you would never see these 2 cats. They hide and they don't come out.
All right,
So
we'll
we got
see you this
stuck
weekend.
with them. What's up?
We'll see you this weekend.
Yeah. We'll see this next week and a half. Put that to the test.
That was an invite. We're gonna
But,
go live in a church.
Yeah,
John lives in a
it's a-
church still.
But Larry Bird is an all-white cat with just an orange tail, a little orange wig, and a little bit of an orange trash stash. He's fucking cute. He's gangly. He's got a big nose. He's fucking Larry Bird. And then Reggie Miller is a Tux cat, and he's got the bright yellow hazel eyes that Reggie Miller used to have.
Ah, okay.
And he's very accurate from the three-point line.
Is he zesty?
Would you call Reggie Miller zesty?
With a dog.
Oh, no.
Okay.
The
'Cause
dog
you
is
used to have a joke about getting cum all over your dog.
You used, oh, dude, I still, it's still a benchmark for like groaner jokes.
Yeah.
And I love a good groaner. But I like my women like I like my socks,
Yeah.
full of cum, crumpled up in the corner.
Yeah.
Something fucking violent. I
I
love
like
it.
my women like I like my Gulf War vets. I like them to wake up choking me, screaming in the middle of the night.
That's funny.
That's what you're into. Don't kink shame.
I used to say I like my women like I like my coffee. What was it? Hot, black, and financially dependent. What the
Nice.
fuck was that? Why did I ever think that was funny? I looked at the way I did research for that joke is to look why women stay in abusive relationships, and then I found that financial
The reason why you're
dependency
looking
is
up
one of the
why
leading
women
causes.
stay in abusive relationships is a whole nother story.
That's
Oh.
like a Google search when the cops come that you like don't
no.
want to have.
All of us. All of us, everyone on this podcast right now, we have the most questionable search history. Not only that, if we were to leave our set list at a club, I'm pretty sure FBI would be banging on our doors.
Oh, well, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and actually end our podcast recording now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Hanging up on me is like hanging up with your grandma. I'm like, oh, and one more thing. I saw Charles at the grocery store. So I'll fuck off.
No, we love you. We
thank
miss
you guys
you.
so much
Let us know
for
when you're in
having me
Texas.
on.
Yeah, John, thanks for being with us. Check out Jon Stringer's Dry Bar Specials. That's what it's called, right?
Hell yeah, dude. Drops March 13th.
March 13th.
And it would mean the world to me if you guys watched it and shared it. You guys, but the people listening. If it goes well, I'm hoping that I can, by the end of 2026, I can move cruise ships off of the need list because it's so much of my income these days.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to move it to the I only use it when I want to travel list.
The Stringer
I want to
Fest
get
cruise.
to small theaters.
Book your
good
own
club-
cruise.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, man, I'd be grateful. But I appreciate you guys. But you're the absolute first podcast I'm on. I'm going to do this big run of publicity or whatever I'm going to call this thing. I'm going to do morning news and as many podcasts as I can. But you guys were the first, and it was fun as fuck.
All right. Well, thanks for being on South Austin's #1 Nazi podcast.
Men who love dick but can't get enough.
The work shall set you free.
Yeah. And we're now going to switch to a stream where we talk about the Jewish problem.
That's so funny.
All right. Thanks, John.
Guys, thank
See
you
ya.
for getting canceled with me.
Yeah.
Later.